Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. This one is one of two videos today. This will be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that's why you see, well, the Rhino up front with my RockSteady Commander, and my party wagon is in the back, you know, for the rest of the turtles. But I'm going to show you something that might be of help, potentially. It just all depends on your perspective. But I was going to show you what this Rhino looks like with different camos on it. So let's go dive in, as they say. So let's go check out this appearance business. Now, I'm not going to physically attach all of these, and one of the things you might be wondering is that, well, gee, how do you have all these available? The answer is, most of them I'm not using myself for whatever reason, but I also thought it would be nice to have single versions of these camos available to show on different tanks for YouTube video purposes. So I'm going to go through these, quickly so you can see. Let me zoom in. Maximum value here. So we got tiger stripes, the sandworm camo. This is from Dune. I don't remember, it was the freebie. NATO number 2. That's maybe a little too close. Let's try this angle here. This is kind of the middle ground. So this is your tricolor / tiger stripe. Now, one of the things I look at, well, let me zoom in again. You see in the very front of the tank, there's a RockSteady and Bebop emblem. On the turret itself, you can see two of the Black Skull emblems, and the Rhino tank has on its own the Rhino emblems on each side of the turret. All right, so I have added the two skulls and the RockSteady and Bebop emblem. So if we go back to the middle ground here, there's, you can see the sandworm camo. That's the NATO 02. This is the, Tank Bowl Team Tigers camo, Tank Bowl Team Cyclops camo, and Tank Bowl Team Ragnarok camo. Celebrations camo. It looks better or worse on some tanks. It looks pretty good on this one, but the thing that I'm concerned about is how the camos react to the visuals of the different emblems, the static Rhino that comes on the tank, and then the additional skull or additional RockSteady and Bebop. And some of these, just like, I don't know, I would like to put a camo on here, but one that's kind of good. I'll show you. There's a couple of decent ones. I haven't decided. And one of the things I thought would be great would be if you guys leave a comment, say, hey, I'm for example, this is the thin ice camo. There's this snowy window, which actually is pretty good. Some of those Christmas camos are not awful. Tree ornaments is actually pretty good, especially at longer range. Christmas cat tangle is good because at longer range, you look at it and it looks like just like a kind of a regular camo. With this one, you have all the different angles of armor and visual diversion, so it doesn't look like Christmas tree cats. And this is the green snake, a Chinese camo. This is from the Sword Beach. This is the across the channel camo. There's the Sword Beach master camo. This is one you got for free late, as you were going through the progression of the urn operation. This one's not bad. It shows off the emblems fairly well. Some are better than others. This one is also pretty good. This is the current one. This is a regiment camo, and this is the diagonal, green and brown. It has a nice effect, is that it does not really interfere with the emblems. In fact, they kind of stand out better. because of the way the tan camo is there underneath the rhinos. I like this a lot. You know, this is Paul-rific Christmas. It's okay, I guess. Christmas Cookie is another good camo on certain tanks, because what happens is different tanks have different panel sizes, and it can zoom in or zoom out. I really don't care for these psychedelic colors. That's just me personal. Panda Holiday, that's not bad. You know, Holiday Kitties, again, it doesn't look like what it actually is, because the breakup of the lines. Cosmonautics, this is a really good camo. I like it a lot, but this is my last one. I don't have any extras. This is the Shredder Orusaki-san. Doesn't really fit that great because it makes the rhino hard to see. And really, for me, I would like to have it to where it makes it easier, so that tan and green camo looks really great. This one is kind of wasteful. I don't get to see all the Foot Clan guys like Krang. You can't see them as detailed, and so they lose their, impact. I don't care for this, kind of lime green Grand Slam, although it doesn't look bad. Again, the rhino stands out pretty good. So this is one of those things. It's going to vary from person to person. This is the Klingon Kalis camo, a good camo. Sailor's Knot is a great camo, and it differs from tank to tank because of the size of the panels. It's okay here. It looks better on other tanks. Robot Santa's good sometimes. Trinity is also good, but to me, Trinity just screams like this needs to go on Russian tanks. That's my gut feeling. And this is the Norse Dara camo. Again, it varies from panel to panel. More psychedelia, no thanks. Not awful, not my style, but it does allow you to see the rhino quite clearly. Again, the bright ones are okay. This is a really good snow camo. This would be a great snow camo for this tank. That to me is kind of awful. It's not, I don't know. Just not I don't like this psychedelic business. Purple and blue, I like that color of blue, just not on a tank. Oh man. And I'm not big on the oranges either. Now this is just transparent. It's like putting nothing on there, so why would I do that? I don't choose transparent camos unless it's the only thing available. So Cheetah is actually pretty good, but you're really all you're doing is taking the regular tank and just lightening the color of gray. This is a solid camo. It's just not doing it for me specifically like that tan and green. I like that a lot. Gray Digital's not bad. Soldier 2000 is another winter camo. So a good one. Again, notice how the rhino is easy to see. Same with the Moro, same with the Stones pattern. Dazzle. The Dazzle camo is a little toned down in its dazzling, nature. Tibet Tarn is okay. Not bad. Again, one of the key things, now you can see the rhino, but you really don't have a clue that there's a RockSteady and Bebop. So on that one, it's kind of a letdown. Same thing, I'm losing RockSteady and Bebop with all these light camos. Again, the rhino sticks out quite well on the what do you call it? This orange and black, which is it's an okay camo. It's actually, the colors here aren't bad at all. Now there's another one. Let's switch to urban. Most of them are basically the same, but there's a killer urban camo that I saw. This one here, the Shatter. Unfortunately, you can't get this for all 4 seasons. It's pretty good. You know, it looks like it belongs. Emerald Stalker is really odd because there's no green. The last time I checked, emeralds are green. They're not red. So maybe it should be Ruby Stalker. I don't know. Blockade, that's okay. Now, some of these camos like this Blockade and that Lightning, they look good on the Banana Buster if you have the Banana Buster. Oh man, this tank is glowing in the dark. Bright purple, blue, yeah, whatever. So, you know, right, I don't think there's anything special in the summer. Oh, there's the Grand Slam. Purple, I mean, if you like purple, it's good. It's not too bad on the Rhinos. You can see those. These are basically more of the same. These are also more of the same. The Turtle Power doesn't really do it for me because it just, the emblems are just muted in the colors. It's hard to see what they are. This is another one that looks pretty good on the Banana Buster. Crimson Steel, that's pretty good. But for my personal taste, like I said, you know, now the snake camo, or I'm sorry, this is leaves. It's very similar to snakes. You know, the everything shows up. The Rocksteady and Bebop is there. You can see the black skulls on any camo, really. And the Rhino is clearly visible. So those are nice. The Thorn camo is also pretty good. Has a good urban color scheme. Yeah, then we do have some summer stuff, you know. It's alright. Let's get back. Here we go. Erdal is fine. Spearhead doesn't really do much for me personal. Cracked is alright. You know, Salamander is kind of But like I said, I'm really looking for something that really highlights the rhinos on the side of the turret. And the Korea pattern is good, and it varies from tank to tank, and the coloration will be darker or lighter. Flecktarn is another, you know, good one, but on this tank it kind of loses its flavor. I don't know, but it is good, and you can see the emblems clearly. French Lizard, also not bad. So it's just one of those things that it comes and goes, and everybody's going to be different and have a different preference. But this is the killer camo selection I have available for this tank. Now, and like I said, I do this. Sometimes I make pictures of different tanks, like, oh wow, this camo looks pretty good, blah blah blah. And so I like to have one of everything within, or at least one panel, what have you, so you can see different things. Now I have some of the tanks that I own have those camos on them, like the Green Galaxy camo. I did not have one here. I used them all. Very good camo. I like that Cosmonautics Day is a really great one too. That was the Blue Galaxy with the Spaceman. But if you have a preference on any of these camos, it would be really interesting to see what people think. But the thing about the Rhino is that the good thing about this is a contract tank. And when this contract comes back, when you see this video, you might be interested now in concentrating on earning this contract. It took 2 or 3 weeks maybe on the side. But it's a very you know, cool looking tank. That's why I got it. At the time, the choice was the Mantis or the Rhino. And now for someone who doesn't have any of the tanks similar to the Mantis would be a better maybe choice for a lot of you, because it's an auto loader, fast moving, good medium tank that plays like a light tank really. But for me, I had an Astron Rex, which is better than the Mantis to me. Worst case scenario is that it's equal. So I had an Astron Rex. I didn't really need the Mantis, and I thought, well, this Rhino looks awesome, even though it really looks like a Paladin with some cosmetic differences. I thought this looked awesome, and so I went for it just based on looks. And when I got it, I thought it was kind of mediocre, and I was like, I wasn't really into it. And then when I had the idea, I'm gonna make this, RockSteady, that changed everything for me, and I was more interested in playing this tank, and I played games in this tank. And the other video I will be making compatible to this one is that I have a killer game in the Rhino, and that was the real reason I wanted to make the videos. And I thought, well, I have all these camos, and I was looking at it, I go, this looks really cool, maybe people will be interested in checking out the camos and seeing what they look like. And then, by logical extension, we could do this with any tank, a Tiger, a Sherman, Cold Wars as well. So whatever floats your boat. So I'm not going to go longer. This is the camo video for the Rhino. After you watch this video, if you haven't seen the Rhino game in the swamp, that's the game you should go see, because I'm making that video directly following the making of this video. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you saw some stuff you liked. Leave a comment if you have a personal favorite for which of the camos looks the best to you, because I'm just curious to see what other people think about it. So I guess I'm out of here. I'm going to go make the other video. Hope you enjoyed that one too. Look forward to seeing you guys later. And as always, like and subscribe.